Oh yeah, welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Bitcoin, what are you doing? Still around $96,000. Once again, everyone losing their minds. When are you finally going to move up? I don't know, March. We've been saying that every day in Feb. And what did we say in January? Every day in Feb. So yes, that's the life, friends. That's the life. Waiting and simply doing nothing. That's what it comes down to. I've got some juicy news to go through with you today. But I just want to know, are we in depression or euphoria? We are in depression. We are in depression. Altcoins are still ravaged. Altcoins are still down. Right down here, this is Others BTC. You'll see Others BTC now posted all around the cryptocurrency industry now. For some reason made it popular, but there's no real secret when it comes to these because it's general wide euphoria. Because like even if everyone knows, oh, the whole index is going to go somewhere. Just like, you know, if you're a stock marketer, you're a Ponzi. Let's say you're a Ponzi believer, you're a stock market Ponzi believer. You know it's growing at 8.5% every year. You know that. Yeah, but if you're picking stocks, you're just trying to beat that index. Everybody thinks they've got the winning stock. Every person who owns all the stocks, they think they got the winning stock. They think they're going to beat it, you know, for the most part, except the super ultra defensive ones. So it's the same game. Does that stop people from punting? No. Even though no one can really beat it, you know, that's what we'll probably find, friends, over time. I'll guarantee all three of my nuts. When it comes to Others BTC, I guarantee the average person. So this thing will go up over time, yeah. The average crypto participant will not make anywhere near that many gains on BTC. In fact, I reckon they'll be losing BTC over time because they'll keep trading. Yeah. If there was an index, it would be nice to buy, isn't it? But if there was truly an index for us to buy, it'd be very hard because there's a lot of slippage and fees and have to rebalance. But you don't want something like that anyway. Like you'd probably want to stack things in your favor and do the hard work and research. When we've finally got the index, it's pretty much too late. Now let's crank it. Now, we have Ethereum still pooping around. ETH BTC still 0.027, which is shocking. Like dude, you're a failure under 5. You're a bit trash, you're a failure. F, like an actual failure. But we know, friends, that's why you've been watching me. I'm wearing a McDonald's bucket hat. I've got a special, I'll put the P-Dye sticker on it as well for you as a special surprise, friends. Macca's run! Guess where I've been? So, you know from all of these, friends, it all comes down to the business cycle. Okay, we have ISM here. That's why you have not seen this before. ISM, the business cycle, had the longest drawdown of contracting business orders we've seen in crypto history. The longest ever. So, it's no wonder we've had the worst alt season ever. We have. And it really is, friends. Friends, it has been the worst alt season ever, because in 2024, which was last year, in that year, Bitcoin dominance never even had a flip of a red at all. This was the most it ever did. It never flipped red on the weekly distribution. It never at least tried to go down. In fact, by the end of this year, it finished up. You see that? This is the worst alt season ever. That means there's no appetite for risk. 2024, but that was, you know, Joe Biden year. Planned assassination, that stuff out here. You could decide how you want to interpret that. By contrast, look what happened in 2020. Trump was president here, by the way. 2020, yeah. So even though we had zombie virus, friends, zombie virus was here. Isn't that crazy, man? Friends, we had zombie virus and Bitcoin dominance still couldn't go up. Think about that. Zombie virus still couldn't go up. You know what I mean? They printed a lot of money. And yeah, it was just to continued. See, this was DeFi season and this was big. Big. A lot of people made like 5 to 10 times their Ethereum. And they held the ETH and they moonshot it. But yeah, then probably a lot of them got crushed as well. So as you can see, friends, that's pretty much, that's a life that we've seen before. Also, friends, I'm going to show you as well. Look at 2016. Look what happened to Bitcoin dominance. In 2016, Bitcoin dominance went bang. Now this is Ethereum coming onto the field. Ethereum. Yes, you see that? So actually, in every single Bitcoin halvening year, Bitcoin dominance went down. We just had the worst one. Now, you might also say, oh, it's because, you know, the Bitcoin spot ETF, Michael Saylor buying, it is what it is, man. I've just, look, I take precedence on this ISM. It is what it is. Whatever force was keeping the ISM down, you know, it could be like, you know, inflation was too hot. They couldn't stimulate as much. Business confidence. It is what it is. Whatever force it is out there, just cycles, man. You know, so that's another way to look at it. Next time, though, I feel like people will be hoarding Bitcoin too much. And then in 2028, there will be Bitcoin dominance that goes down and it will surprise people. Yeah, obviously, we don't know what it's going to be, what narrative. Only God knows. You have no idea what it is. I feel like this one has haunted people so much. They never, ever, ever want to leave off. So in that next cycle, they will, yeah, they're probably going to be like too scared. So what do you actually participate in back there? Then we don't know. We have to see the scope of the field, what coins are there, what communities are there, what's the new tech, you know? It's and by the way, it still blindside you. Look, you were living in 2028. Look how hard it was to pick Solana. And by the way, yeah, all the Solana, all the poster child coins got absolutely molested, right? Like if you see dog with hat, for example, like doesn't look like dog with hat now. It looks like just dog shit, okay? The dog just doesn't even have a hat. It's just dog poop on the floor. Just like everything else. Okay, you're down 88%. You see that, friends? So you've actually come back to, here you go, Feb 2024. You know, it's interesting because dog with hat and the Solana coins, friends, in March of 2024, they went up from that period and they've come back and round tripped. But the other altcoins, like PulseChain, for example, they peaked on March and they went down. And then, like, if we're lucky, we get to reverse back up. You see our markets, like they're in different periods of times. So generally, see, people love these coins though. They love the coins that keep showing strength, don't they? But they love buying high. Yeah, you don't want to be touching them. Even though they're good to trade. They're good to trade for momentum because it's higher momentum, higher volume, but they're not going to be the winners long run. They're not. Everyone thinks they are, but I went back and I checked. I did all the data, the evidence. I checked myself. If you bought the overperformers, most of them in 2016 and 2020, you got dunked on in the following Bitcoin halvening, BTC post-halvening bull run year. So in 2016, the overperformers, Ethereum was one of them. But for the other ones, if you bought the overperformers, you missed out on like the XRP. You missed out on like Litecoin stuff out here. Yeah, they were like dog poop in 2016. Yeah, and then 2017, they went enormous. And there were others as well. I just don't know their names. Yeah. In 2020 happened as well. If you bought Chainlink, Aave, Synthetics, all the DeFi coins, they did amazing in 2020. What happens in 2021? They are the scam traps. You know, like Yearn and everything out here just absolutely they got priced in 2020. We all got DeFi mid-curve trapped. All of us just got ruined for life on that. And now then we enter 2021 and what was gaming, metaverse, meme coins, Hex even went up, right? Remember Hex it was measured by the Hex ETH ratio. So that's why a lot of people, they might be surprised at this. And what I've actually seen, friends, is a lot of people trying to buy this dip. A lot of people, they're trying to buy the Solana coins because, look, I hope it works out. I'm sure they'll kind of work out. You know, they've got lots of people there or whatever. But I'm just telling you, man, like if you're betting this time is different, just be careful. Because every single time, the year after the Bitcoin halvening year, which is where we are now, there's a rinse and some people go to something new. They go to something new. Now, you don't know what that new thing is, but if your capital's tied into this stuff and you're buying a dip on the way down, you get to see who really believes and who doesn't. Now, what I'm going to do now, friends, I'm going to go through some juicy news. So I'm going to show you this picture, friends. So there's a Near protocol. I think he's one of the founders. If you look here, friends, on his gallery, there is something. If you zoom in, friends, you see where my arrow is? He got caught being a bit naughty. Okay, so actually, if you zoom in, see where my arrow is right near? Right there, yes. He was caught watching House of Dragon. That TV show. House of Dragon! And there's also some nude girl here as well. I was having some fun. Now, this has actually made it start to go viral, which is funny because Near protocol is an alt layer 1 chain. Actually, friends, I copped a lot of heat. Actually, you want to show? I've shown you this before, but why did I cop a lot of heat? Because I'm just going to go out and say, okay, I'm not going to shut my mouth. They had big multi-million-dollar unlocks coming out. And then crypto banter started talking about their conference. And I went to Twitter and I made my first warnings. This is 2022, by the way. This is 2022. Right here. And I said, warning, warning, VCs are up 400x. Warning, warning, VCs are up 400x. Be careful, be careful. Near is down. They started shilling it here. Barry Shilbert, Grifter, all of these people grifting. Look at this, friends. April 2022, man. Look at. Are you wondering why Near Protocol and its trash poop coins have been appearing on your Twitter and YouTube for 8 weeks? It's because scum VCs are up 400x and it's time for their token unlocks to dump on the people. Don't fall for the trap. You're not early here. How innocent I was back then. No, it wasn't. Still not innocent. Yeah, man. I've been doing it since day one. I mean, calling this stuff of all the people. I'm like, you know what? I can't take it anymore. I've got to at least tell people that we're all getting rifted and we got to find the better way. You know, so that's actually what happened. And yeah, copped a lot of heat. I remember. I was just, yeah, man. It is what it is. Because, you know, friends, when you say this stuff, people are long. They don't want to hear that. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that your thing's going that. No one wants to hear that, you know? So that's, but it is what it is. Like, there's big unlocks. Like, I was actually, like, dude, bro, they're literally 400x on site. You know, it's not like 4x or 3x where you can kind of argue. Bro, they're literally 400x their money. Yeah? They cheat on a 2x. You think they're not going to cheat literally everything on a 400x? How do you think they did it, by the way? Binance, Cuckbase, Bybit, whatever, all the exchanges. I don't even know where they're listed everywhere. See what I mean? So that's how they get rid of the coin supply. So yeah, naughty. That's why it's funny and comical. That's the only reason. That's how they can get relevant again. These guys are flashing some boobies out here. By the way, the girl's name is Sarah. I couldn't find any extra pictures of her for scientific reasons, of course, just to make sure. You know, I was just curious. You know, is she in crypto? What coins she have? In other less important news, friends, so President Trump, maybe know him, he's confirmed Elon Musk Doge workers arrived at the IRS to begin an audit. So, yeah, that type of like Trump stuff, like think about it, when I hear this, why do I report on this, friends? It's not about, you know, do we really care about the government stuff out here? Like, you know, everyone's going to get trapped later on and believing him. It's more about Trump is a man of action and doing things. And it's reflective of like this double bubble alt season confidence business cycle euphoria that I believe is going to eventually peak us. So this is the ISM business cycle. It feels like, see how we're like on the way up? It feels like we're going to go the full Monty. That's the ISM business cycle out here. So that's great to see. Also, Trump said, shout out to all my baby dolls in Taiwan. I've had a lot of Taiwanese friends over time. Taiwan have taken our chip business away and we want that back. Interesting words. We want the chip business back. What type of chips? I like salt and vinegar. Also like twisties from time to time, friends. You know, I'm not much of a chicken chips fan. Only when you got nothing left in there, you got to go for the chicken. You know what I mean? And the plains. But it is what it is. You know, when you got nothing in the cupboard, that's what you got to do. Now, Taiwan, obviously, is next to China. Even Matt, we all love Matt Montgomery. He calls Taiwan China. I'm like, Matt, don't do it. Don't invade. Don't you dare. Not this year. You can do it in the bear market, not this year, Matt. We need this bull market, okay? So Matt has obviously told us about, you know, President Winnie the Pooh. His whole like legacy depends on claiming back Taiwan. It is scary. Like, just don't do it this year, dude. I know you bastards. I know you killed the last bull market. Don't do it this one. And I just to let you know, friends, like obviously Australia's got one of the like most inflated Ponzi bubbles of all time, with how like locked in everyone is. Actually, for everyone in Australia, everyone really in Australia, I've got this video, I've got comments so many times. A lot of people want me to make like a detailed video on our Australian housing market. But actually, friends, if you look at Australian housing market divided by gold, it's just been going like sideways for like 30, 40, 50 years, which pretty much means Aussies just store all their store of value in houses. So the prices, I know they look expensive. They're actually not. It's just the dollar's dog shit. The dollary do is poop. Who would have thought? But there's a problem, friends. See, when you hear that, you think, oh, everything's fine. Not really. because to get in, you got to do the 10x leverage. That's the problem. Yeah, you got the 5 or 10% deposit. You got to do you have to get the leverage to get in. You have to use the leverage. So like you're forced to be 10x leverage. So now it's like, imagine Bitcoin was the world's store of value, but you couldn't buy less than 1 Bitcoin. Imagine that. You had to buy a full Bitcoin, and then the bank's got to give you 90% of the money to go do it. So if Bitcoin's like, let's say Bitcoin is $100,000. Yes, you put in $10,000. The bank gives you the $90,000 and you pay it off over time. That's what it'll be like. That's like a home loan. That'd be a loan for Bitcoin. So now that's okay in our subsector because you get leverage wipeouts. Yeah, but when the whole country's turbo long, you can't afford the leverage wipeout. So what happens? Well, what happens is if there's an event of a crisis, government's going to have to stimulate itself. However, why I'm speaking about all this is if Montgomery invades Taiwan and that halts the world, what happens? Because like print all the money you want, bro. China's like a big representation of property buying in many places of the world, Toronto and stuff out as well, friends. So this is like it's like one of those. Oh man, I'm too scared to say it. Oh man, I've manifested it already. How many times, friends, we've been through this? How many times I start thinking about something like, oh, this bad thing might happen, but don't worry, that's like 5, 6, 7 years away, and then it comes in within the next 12 months. I hope we don't get that. Don't invade. Don't invade now. Don't invade, please. Don't invade. I'm gonna play some Pumpy G music. Don't invade China. Don't invade. It's double bubble alt season. Okay, just chill out for a second. I wonder how this is going to resolve though. By the way, it would be just like zombie virus, if you're curious. We don't know how big the dump would be. That's the unknown. Yes, it depends on the uncertainty. Like, China's taken over Taiwan. Like, how do you price that in? Market doesn't know how to price that in. Stock market is dropping. They're like, well, we'll get out now. We'll think about it later. Because you don't know, like, how the bond's going to organize. Are China using weapons? Are they using nukes? Are they going to attack if America attacks? See, all these uncertainties, market's down. That's obviously crypto's going to go down with it if that happens. You never know, friends, as well. Like, would China even dare to do it if Trump's around? That's something to think about. Or is that, can you imagine, man? Can you imagine, friends, Bitcoin just ranging like all of next year like it did in 2018, and then China invades at the end of next year and it just capitulates down here? That will be another buy of the lifetime. But we got to get euphoric first. And it'll be interesting because I'll be like, yeah, hopefully we're still here together, friends. And I'll say, wow, I mean, that's weird. It all lined up with the cycle, as it always does. Continuing as well, friends. Donald Trump said interest rates are going to be going down. Interesting. What does he mean by that? I'll tell you what he means by that, friends. You know how he's tariffing everyone? You're going to get a tariff, and you're going to get a tariff. You're all be tariff. When he's doing that, the American purchasing power, like Toby's mustache, and Dr. Exologist, everyone else out there in Medica Island land of the free, your purchasing power is like dropping. Yeah, so your GDP starts curling down and inflation starts going down. I know they go, oh, inflation's high. No, it's not. It doesn't. Okay, you start feeling the pinch a bit. You got to buy less. And then that shows up. The inflation gets a bit weaker over time. And then they can afford to cut rates lower. That's pretty much what it is. Okay, they want them to toggle like that. All of that, friends, is about the US dollar. That's all it comes down to. Controlling the US dollar. Now, honestly, you don't even know you don't even need to know that. I know that just because I'm like, oh, I'm curious how that works. I'm telling you now, man. The crypto, friends, this crypto 4-year cycle magic is really magic. It's the last indicator of the world that is like untouched, literally, before they come and fugazi it later. Donald Trump has slammed Reuters for being paid $9 million from US taxpayers for being radical left. They were paid by the Department of Defense. Now, friends, Department of Defense, the DOD, they're actually evil. Yeah, there's a lot of UFO law. They've gotten people off, lying, UFO tech. They're like deep in. They're like, yeah, they're one of the main culprits, especially for America. The DOD, especially the head of the DOD and stuff out here. So yeah, it's interesting. That's weird, man. The Department of Defense paying radical left, like transbenders, you know, the alphabet and the rainbows and stuff out here, you know, those, paying them and psyopsing everyone. That woke thing. And friends, it would turn out, remember I reported it for you, a lot of it was a psyops. Now, of course, there are people in those communities, but the whole drumming up of the media was full on psyops. It's full on manipulation and control. They are, even though they're like, you know, like sub 1%, really, they just kept like shilling the momentum. They kept shilling it. It's like a meme coin, friends. Like, or meme coin and altcoin. If altcoin's like really small, but everybody in the industry keeps talking about it, the dominance of the industry grows up. Goes up and up and up and up, and then they have like a bubble and then eventually bursts. That's why maybe that woke agenda bubble burst, maybe, but that's not the real cause, friends. Those people aren't the cause. Just to let you know. So the transbendering and the hormone blocking and stuff out here, they're not actually the root cause of the problem. Okay? It's the evil dark force behind it. Just to let you know, it's gonna come back and it's gonna be in a different form. Okay? It will come back in a different form. It's always for psyops, manipulation, control, power. I mean, this story, friends, this political stuff. This like Shakespeare's writing about this. You know, like we've known about this for thousands of years. It just always comes. It's always like it hits you differently. It's different context because that person's like got blue hair. You know, so I'll relate to them. That's ultimately the lesson from these. And by the way, so yeah, they studied. This was funny. They studied large scale social deception, which I literally almost laughed so much this bucket hat came off. No. You didn't study large-scale social deception, DOD. You actually execute the large-scale social deception. What the hell are you talking about? You know? It's like cigarettes and lung cancer. Like, hey, we're going to go study what's going on with this lung cancer thing of the cigarettes. We're going to go study about, no, bro, it's you. What do you mean study? Like, it's you. Oh, man. It is what it is. People aren't going to revolt. Why? They're too poor. They need their jobs. And just when they're going to rile up, we get thrown a bone in the media. Hey, look at Kanye West's naked wife again. You know, just like stuff out here. So, Binance CZ, friends, has posted about his dog Broccoli. So CZ, Broccoli story, and as you can imagine, just a shitload of poop coins appeared. Let the best community win. Shout out to CZ following me as I follow him. What do you think happened immediately? Rug. All these down. That rug, 0, all of them rugged. What's actually sad is all these coins, man, they weren't even around for 24 hours. They all rugged within 4 or 5 hours. All of them, just bang, just total PvP, friends. Like I said, you want to trade? You better be in the top 5%. Sometimes you literally better be in the top 5%. Most people aren't. Okay, and by the way, when you trade, here's the thing. Okay, it's not that you got to be in the top 5% today. You got to be in the top 5% in 6 months from now, in 2 years from now, in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now. And that, my friend, I guarantee none of you will. No one is. Literally no one is. They can make money, but their yield ROI over time goes down. For 99.99% of people, their yield ROI goes down. But you're hoping, oh, I've got $1 million in the future, so if I only make 15% return per year, there's my 150K. Yeah, that's a nice cushion world. Or you can just like turbo long hold and you don't need to worry about that. But why people don't do it, friends, they like this job of trading because you can make money as the market goes down. You don't have to feel the pinch. But that's why, look, man, we've got crypto here. You can actually moonshot stuff in a reasonable short amount of time. And you don't have to worry about that. But we'll get to that later as well. So also, friends, bad news. Kanye and Bianca, Sensori, marriage ends post-Grammy. So if you remember, Kanye started coming out, doing all these like, you know, capital word typing, called out Dave Chappelle, called out everyone, every race is called out, etc. And then he sold, the friends was selling, kind of, man, the amount of people just, I don't know what else to call you. You're sheep. You got nothing else better to do with your life. You're feeding him, man. You're feeding him. People get angry at him. People are saying he's got a mental illness. I'm like, dude, this guy, he literally is the king of outrage marketing. Friends, his shirt, his Nazi symbol shirt, the Swastika, was selling $800,000 of the shirt every day. He made $20 million in just like a week or something. Like, $20 million. I think one day like peaked at like $20 million or something, like ridiculous. Yeah, he literally just made, he comes in, maybe it was like a week or something, like 7 days, 1 week, just come in 20 million. So it's just tweeting. Isn't that crazy? Just tweeting. $20 million in a week. And all these people replying, saying, you got a mental illness, just stop. Like, bro, what are you doing? But then I realized, like, oh no, that he's farming you, and then you're farming your followers for engagement out here. That's what everyone's like. It's a machine. It's all cyclical, fighting each other, all trying to climb the ladder. They don't really care about that. It's like those people are replying because they're probably thinking, hey, what's everyone else thinking? That's why they relate to people like, hey, it's interesting how it works out here. Also, it's funny, friends. Dave Chappelle, he said this joke. He went to dinner with them, and she was literally just full on, basically just naked. She had like this like glad wrap out here, barely anything. And he said it was one of the most awkward things ever. He's like just trying to talk with her. She's like this naked lady just sitting there at dinner. It's kind of funny how he described it. He said literally she looks like she just woke up, put some makeup on, wrapped herself in glad wrap. He said put a cork in her lady garden and just walked out of the door. I died. I just thinking about this. That's exactly what she looks like. That's exactly what she looks like. By the way, man, her parents and her family, man, they're watching. It's just, and by the way, don't ask me how I know this, but she had like a first boyfriend. She was 14. And you could tell she's like, still loves him, but this guy's the billionaire. But it's sad, man. It's hard. Girls, I don't know why this is your dream, man. I don't know why this is your dream. Is it to be seen by everybody else? Because like, yeah, well, you sign up for this. You know, maybe they want something different. It is what it is. And everyone's, remember, Kanye, friends, circulating crypto Twitter because he revealed the Solana trash coin cabal. It's the LA Vape Cabal guys. He revealed them. They were messaging him saying, hey man, we can make you $2 million. You got to do this tweet and it's got to stay up for 8 hours, and then you just say you're hacked later on. That's it. And that was like and they gave you like, hey, 750 grand up front, 1.25 million after. Yeah, so that's why he showed the actual message. He goes, I'm not going to, basically, it was kind of funny. He says, I'm not going to sell out. And then I'm like, okay, bro, you're coming out and just saying, all his, everything he talks about, like over and over and over again. I go, it made you 20 million. So, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, I'm not going to go and seek that source of income. Let me go yell about every single race and religion out here and get this other source of income. And that's why he didn't take the 2 million, because it was 20 million on the other side. Okay, if they offered you 100 million, would you do it? Of course he's going to do it. Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price, friends. Also, what we've seen now is so many people have done it. Like, all of us are now saying, you knew the risk, bro. You knew the risk. You knew the risk. Yeah? You know this game ain't free. It's a game. I've known all of us are now feeling it and saying it. So like, years and years ago, there's not too many coins. Now it's like, oh, rugs and scams and be careful. Now it's like, you know the game, dude. You know the game. You literally know the game. Yeah? It's like you're a girl. You went into a nightclub and it's 250 dudes. It's a sausage fest. And you're complaining. Guys keep talking to you all night and getting close. You're like, hey, can I add you on Instagram, please? Please, my lady. Like, you knew what you were walking in to do. There's literally 250 sausages slopping around in this sweaty nightclub. What did you think you knew at this point? You know what I mean? So I think we've seen this example 50,000 times now. And what we've actually come to conclude is even when you tell people it's really risky, they go, dude, just shut up. I'm here to punt. That's what actually people say. So they actually get annoyed now that you're reminding them it's risky. That's what we've actually seen now in crypto when it comes to these experiments with all these JPEG coins in the casino and altcoins in general. Shout out to Shimshoni. Hex is a better Bitcoin, sir. Audited by the IRS. Auditing the IRS. That is such a fantastical loop around. Wow, that's a bit of revenge. And actually, by the way, it does it because that IRS audit, that PsyOps, Department of Defense, Coconut Intelligence Agency trying to take Trump down. Now, you probably want to know, where do we go from here, friends? I mean, like more squiggly lines, huh? What about the squiggly lines? Yeah, we've got more squiggly lines. Uncle Bobby Hart said 2 more weeks. If you remember, friends, 2 more weeks is like just a fun term. That's from the PulseChain sacrifice, because Richard for like, a year and a half kept saying, just 2 more weeks, just 2 more weeks. I think it was the Hex launch, and so it's coming soon. 2 more weeks. Uncle Bob Loukas, good morning. The final phase of the Bitcoin 60-day and weekly cycle. There are only 2 weeks left. Then we have the next big leg up, is my read. Any loss or capitulation of the 90K bottom range should be bought for a V bottom, but feeling like this cycle ends via time instead, as price is coiling here. So what he's basically saying is, so remember I have the daily chart. He's basically saying, if we get that, buy the dip, we're Ving. This is Bitcoin's daily chart. If we get down, buy the dip, we're getting it. But he says, because we're like slowing down here, coiling, he goes, we're probably just going to get to like around, here you go, end of this, 2 more weeks. Around this period, and we're like ready to go, which is, that's March, friends. Remember, I've been saying, this is spooky. In 2017, I was under the impression you guys were just making money all year. And turns out, you speak to everyone mostly joined in the June to September part. They joined like 3/4, well, actually like very, very end of this whole cycle, but yeah, 3/4 of the year. The June to September, most people had gotten in there. And then if you check, it went up in March. Yeah. It isn't funny, friends. Why did everyone get in June? June to September. Why? It's because, look at others BTC. It had been running up the most number of times. Most number of days. I'll show you now. If you go back to 2017, I don't know why I remember this. I remember my friend. I've got plenty of friends. I've got Chris, got heaps of people. Heaps of you guys have told me, but they don't even remember. They probably told me years ago. Like, oh yeah, I got in 2017. I got in at like this price of Bitcoin is like 20. And I remember all of these. There's so many people have gotten in here. That's where, look, everyone got in here. June to September. Right here. Interesting. Look at that. They all got in here. That's what everyone got in. And look what others BTC did. Bang. No one heard of Ethereum. Bang. Okay, now we're all getting in. Wow, we all got to get in. Isn't that wild, friends? Isn't that wild? Like you just, whoa, 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 whoa. Because, by the way, this is back then. There's no MetaMask. There's no wallets. There's nothing. It's just, you have to sign up on exchanges. No one knows what the hell's going on. It's basically just Bitcoin and BitMEX and stuff out here. That's all that's going on here. It's very, very tough. Illiquid times out there. So it's interesting, right? Does that mean most of the new people are coming in here? Yes. Yes, it is, friends. Yes, it is. If we do get that. I hope we get that, though. This March, waiting for March. Hopefully it comes soon. And we are feeling bullish because Crapo, friends, has, if you look down here, he expects Ethereum to drop 30 to 40% and then just go up. Which I don't know why he always has this, like, you're going to go down 40% and then you're going to go up big. It's just, I don't know why. Or it's always this. It's always this. Which maybe we're going higher because he's like an inverse Jim Cramer. Even though Crapo's blocked me, I still like keeping in touch because it's a great lesson for everyone about marketing and network effects. Yeah. Zero skill. He got short the whole bear market on the way up, which is the end of the bear market and became the bull market. So he short the whole bull market. He actually got, remember friends, he was literally bearish. He was short this whole way. Short, long. Right here, long. Right at the very, very top. And then we had literally freaking 9 months of going nowhere, which is hilarious. And his followers, he went from like 200,000-300,000. He's up to like almost 1 million now. It's like everyone wants to go see the dead body, you know. But his network effect is growing. So that's the thing, friends. He's making more money now because everyone's just said his name so much. It doesn't even matter that he's got no edge. It literally doesn't even matter. That he probably had edge back in 2017. Got no edge now. That's for sure. Yeah, no edge. People keep watching and looking at the analysis. It's interesting. Isn't it? It is interesting, friends. Just to show you, you can. That's why, look, learn this for PulseChain. Okay, just learn this. You don't, friends. You don't even need to be good. Yeah. You know what you noticed is it's always the mid curvers who never make it because even if you're like negative 70 IQ like I am, if you just keep yelling into the ether space that you're gonna win, yeah. Even when you aren't winning, people just want to come and see like, wow, look at the delusion. Look at the delusion. It makes them feel good, but you actually gain a bigger network. We've seen it. Outrage marketing, everything out here. We've seen it over and over and over again, especially in crypto, this energy. So like everyone's heard of Crapo now. This is funny. In a year or two, he might actually make one good trade for his life, for like once in his life. He might actually make one good trade. He might get bearish and then things go down. And everyone on crypto Twitter, they're going to type, Capo was right. Capo was right. Yeah. And then all the new people are going to be like, oh, everyone's talking about this Crapo guy. Let me go follow him. He must be good. Let me go sign up. And then they're going to be like, no, wait. He was really bad for these 4.5 years. Blah, 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 blah. They're like, la, I can't hear you. There's profits to be made. That's exactly like what it is, friends. That might be what happens with, say, PulseChain. That might be what happens in PulseChain. When we finally break out of this wedge and everyone's saying, be careful, there's an origin address, be careful, it's a scam, be careful, Interpol. And everyone's like, la, I can't hear you. The green candles are going up without me. I have to go get long. That's pretty much how it works. And then that's reflexive and the momentum builds on itself. And lo and behold, you get a lot of new people in, exponentially larger amounts of people who love the momentum, they love the hype, and now they're just playing a different game. They're not playing the game where, say, we would like to go to Tron and Cardano size, 20x, yeah. When we're there, when it's like 10, 15, 20x higher, they're playing the game like, oh, I think we can flip XRP one day. See, they're playing a higher game. That's another 7x on top of that. And you just upgraded the game. You know how I know this, friends? That's exactly what happened to Bitcoin. Now that Bitcoin has flipped all the major stock companies, many of them, you know, it's only got like Apple and stuff left, you know, as it's flipped most of them. Remember, friends, I remember Bitcoin, it was big news when it flipped like MasterCard. It was like 70 billion market cap. I forgot what it was. It was like, whoa, Bitcoin, international payment, flipped MasterCard. Now MasterCard's a joke. You see, now they're trying to flip gold. You see how the game just keeps changing? That's it. It's the greatest game. It really is the greatest game. Just like you and I have the greatest friendship. Press like and subscribe. Press the belly button and all. Tell mum and dad you love them. Catch you soon.